funny thing about flying. Why do they pick the most mumble mouth people to be the overhead speaker? On my way to podcast movement evolutions, and then after that, heading to NAB. Made it to Chicago. Extremely long travel day. I don't know how to calculate the time difference or whatever, but I basically left my house at 5-ish a.m. and it is now 2:43 here in Chicago. So I guess if I peel back a couple of hours, and it's probably like 10 or 11 back home. So yeah, mad exhausted. Just got to my room. I am excited to test something out that I brought to the show, and that is this Tail 2 Air. It's kind of crazy that I traveled with this in my backpack, but figuring out how to ship it was kind of a challenge. But one thing that's really cool about this camera, which I'm dying to check out, I was going to do it tonight, but I'm way too exhausted. I'm going to go to bed, is that you can run this guy completely standalone. What's cool about it is that it does have an SD card here on the side, like the original Tail, but I also have the ability, if I want to bring HDMI out, if I want to send it, say, to the computer. But just this guy by itself can actually record, it can stream. And there's microphone jacks in the back where I can either put in a line in or a mic in, which is also kind of cool, because then that means I could connect it up to the transmitter, say from the DJI Mic 2 or from the Shure MV88 Plus or whatever other microphones you have, shotguns, anything that you can put onto that 3.5-inch connector. So real interested to get this guy set up right now. I need to charge the battery because when I tap the button, it only has 2 lights. But yeah, so I was going to record this when I got to the room today, but the transportation took a little longer than I wanted to. So I'm going to go to bed, extremely exhausted. But here at Podcast Movement Evolutions, dang, that's a lot to say at this tired level. And I'm going to go collect a bunch of stuff. I'll be doing the booth, but I'll keep you guys posted, share what's going on. If you have any questions about podcasting or you're looking to get into it, you just, need more information, let me know in the comment section below, and I will go get information for you. And also don't forget, next week, I'm going to be at NAB. So if you've been curious about anything related to content creating, they have a whole new kind of creator thing going on at NAB. I can go visit anybody and ask any questions and get any information for you. I can be your boots on the ground. As you can, one more thing that I traveled with, which is sort of brand new. This is from a company called Silence Corner. There was a Kickstarter, but hopefully they'll get them out to the Gen Pop very soon. This is really cool. This guy is not too heavy. It's solid metal, like absolutely solid metal. And this is known as the Mamba Pod. So it's kind of similar to a previous pod, but what's really cool about this, each one of these holes is a 1/4 thread. Here on the bottom, the little feet, there's hard rubber feet, so you get a nice grip when you grip onto something. But here's where it gets interesting. In one of the legs, they incorporated this really cool kind of grappling hook. So you can connect this guy onto really weird situations like a fence, like a wood fence or, a trash can or something. You're going to hook this here and then use these to rest against it, kind of like a praying mantis would. You could do it from the top here, but this guy, when you take it out, it handles a clamp. So watch this. Let me move these out the way. Bring this down, and then you can invert the foot. Here, let me do this more correctly. Pull this guy out and go flat like that. So you can take the feet. There's pads this way. You can invert the foot so it goes this way, and then you use this little guy to spin it closed. So if you want to clamp onto a pipe and then maybe put the support feet on it so you have extra strength, or if there's a space and you can put it in between the space, you flip the foot this way, flip the opposite foot this way, put this guy in between some kind of space, and then you wedge it out until you get a nice bite. So this got mad versatile connections for how you could possibly connect it to something. And this is sort of beat in. So if you were connecting it to a pipe, let me do this real quick. It'll make sense because you'll see why that cut is there. So if you're connecting this guy to a pipe, it has a little cuts in here so that way it'll fit, a little indentation. So yeah, this is kind of crazy. I never thought of something like this in a tripod. Otherwise, I would have made this exact product. But really cool when you think about this. And I can't wait to try this out, this week on the travels and different places. It's not very heavy. They came up with something called the hollow ball head. Sort of made the ball head lighter, but really incredible invention, the Mamba Pod. So I can't wait to put this guy into use. It's a lot of flippy things, but when it's all together, it's kind of brilliant. It's such an awesome little concept. Like, I wish I had thought of this invention. This is one of those inventions where you go, man, I wish I had thought of that. So this is a trip. You got to line it up and then put it in here and then it goes. Okay, there you go. So it folds down nice and light. You got a nice little, ball head guy here on the top. And it goes all myriad sorts of directions. Has panoramic connectors here on the side. So if you want little indentations so you can pay attention to your panoramas, if you want to do a 360, take a shot every 12 degrees kind of thing. But yeah, this is really cool. Super cool, small, lightweight, compact. And is Arca Swiss compatible. So there's that. And that means that it can also fit the F38 plate because it's kind of Arca Swiss compatible. So I just added my Ulanzi phone holder with the Falcam F38 plate. I love Falcam F38, F22. That's my favorite mount. You see the F22s right here, which I have for the DJI. So yeah, that's it. That's just a little something I want to show you. Let me edit this real quick, which means no edit. Just put an in card on it and send it up and take my butt to bed. Stick around, keep up what's going on this road trip. I'm going to be Doc on the road. So, it's going to be a bunch of crusty videos for the next 2 weeks. But you know what? I'm going to keep posting. I told you I'm going to post every day. I'm going to post every day. Holla at your boy. I don't know who needed to hear this. Probably absolutely nobody. But just leave your message down in the comment section below. Right about now, the algorithm is going to show you another video that I think you should watch. And I agree with him.
I need to know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George. I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse. I'm ready for war. I'm coming for throws.